I'm gonna be right there in front of him like I always do. You know, I'm gonna make him miss, I make him pay, and I'm gonna fight my fight. So I feel like that was.
It's a different type. Like, you can be riding that wave. You've been getting all these knockouts of all these other different guys, but you've never been in the ring with an animal like Crawford. And when you get in there for the first time and you get hit upside your head and you see that you can't do the stuff that you usually do against the guys that you fought, you know, at the lower level, bro.
Joe Rogan reacted with a big wow when he heard that Terence Crawford was going to fight Jaron Ennis because he was really surprised that he didn't expect it at all, especially since both fighters had said before that they wouldn't fight each other. He said, with the styles both of them have in the ring, watching them fight would be something amazing. After Jaron Ennis beat Wisma Lima easily, everyone who loves boxing started wondering who he would fight next. At first, Virgil Ortiz called out Ennis right after knocking out Lima in the first round, and it looked like an exciting fight was coming, but now, things have suddenly changed. Even though Terence "Bud" Crawford had said before that he wouldn't fight Ennis, he's now saying he's ready to face him, and that has turned the whole boxing world's attention toward a possible big fight between two top boxers.
I'm always going to root for Boots. Boots is from Philly. Terence Crawford is a specialist. Boots is a specialist. It'll be a great fight. Terence is my guy, man.
Before we talk about how Joe Rogan reacted to this huge fight announcement, let's first see what other big names had to say about it. First up is Gerald Charlo, who had been waiting for his chance to fight Terence and thought it would finally happen after he was done with Canelo. He got really mad when he heard the news that Crawford might fight Jaron Ennis instead. Charlo said that it shouldn't be Boots fighting Crawford. It should be him. He explained that after everything he's achieved in boxing, he deserves to fight the best so he can make his legacy even stronger. Charlo made it very clear that Crawford should face him next, not step into the ring with Ennis.
All the smoke. I want smoke with Crawford. I want all the smoke. Give me the best shit. I'm in shape. I train. My lifestyle is on the move. Everything is great. So why the I want the best, man? What y'all talking about, dog? I don't got time to be playing with none of these people with these promotionals and all of these shits. I'm with the old school boxing. I'm following all of the Muhammad Ali act and all that shit. I mean, man, whatever. Y'all want to change?
Andre Rozier, while talking about what might happen on the night when Terence Crawford fights Jaron Ennis, confidently said that Crawford would win without a doubt. He praised Crawford as one of the best fighters of this generation. Rozier pointed out that even though Jaron is a great talent too, he wouldn't really stand a chance against Bud. He explained that Crawford's skills are on a completely different level and that Jaron still needs more time to get that good. Rozier also said that what Crawford did to Canelo already proves how powerful he is when he steps into the ring to fight.
I think it's attention, but Terence is on another level right now. I mean, he's on another level.
When you say another level, do you mean like marketability-wise, name-wise, or you mean talent-wise?
All the above. All the above.
So he's a notch or two above Jaron either.
Exactly. Boots has to get there. He's not there yet. A lot of people don't know who Boots is yet. Believe it or not. So the boxing people might, but to be that stellar star, and that's why I'm upset about how his movement has been going, because he could have been stellar already. He's talented enough to do it.
However, Tim Bradley, when sharing his thoughts about this fight, said he wasn't really interested in seeing it happen. He explained that going up against Crawford is a huge risk. According to him, Bud is a monster who can finish a fight with just one strong punch. Even though Bradley agreed that Boots is a great fighter with big potential, he said Jaron should first fight other opponents who are closer to his level. Bradley added that once Boots gets more experience fighting top-level boxers, then he should step into the ring with a big name like Bud.
Get in this type of fight with Crawford. You know what I'm saying? I would hate for him to get in this fight and look average. Look average. Because if you go back and you watch a lot of, and he's a spectacular fighter. Boots is a spectacular fighter. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Boots. I think he's next. But he needs to be tested.
In response to Tim Bradley, Greg Hackett said that in every generation of boxing, there's always one fighter who becomes the dominant star. Looking back at Crawford's career, he said the last 2 years have really shown who Bud is, earning him more respect than ever before. Hackett explained that every great boxer eventually gets his moment, and maybe this is the beginning of Boots' time to shine. He said that since Ennis has worked hard and earned his spot to prove himself against the best, it wouldn't make sense to say he doesn't deserve a fight with Bud.
Tim Bradley talk like that, cause they know he that.
But shit just got started. Think about it. How long was the Bud Crawford era if Bud Crawford didn't start getting respect till 2023 for what he do? So if it's 2025 and we already talking about Boots Ennis, who's 10 years younger, who could possibly turn up this next 10 and make it crazy, that means the average person who don't really understand boxing, never really watch boxing, pay attention to boxing, and not really a boxing fan, they're not going to remember.
Another important figure, Danny Garcia, reacted to the news of this fight with a big smile, showing how truly excited he was about it. He said this matchup would bring together a young, hungry lion and an experienced legend, the perfect mix of youth and experience. Danny explained that both fighters are amazing in their own unique ways, and the result of this fight will show who's truly the best to make sure the fight is fair for both sides. He also suggested choosing a weight class that works for both of them. Overall, Danny fully supported the idea, saying this kind of matchup is exactly what boxing needs to keep moving forward.
It'll be a great fight. You know, the young hungry lion versus the legend. That would be a hell of a fight. Maybe 160. If it's a vacant title at 160, I think that they can make that happen for sure. I think it just has to make sense for both parties. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think if there's a vacant belt, Crawford's going to want to be 6th division champion. And then,
most importantly, Terence Crawford, while talking about his upcoming fight with Boots, said that even though fans think their similar styles will make the fight special, he trusts his own flexibility more. He explained that he's very skilled and athletic whether he fights in one stance or the other, and he switches depending on who he's up against. Bud added that when he gets in the ring with Boots, he'll pick and use the stance that gives him the best advantage, making sure he stays in control of the fight speed and outcome.
Equally as great in both stands. I'm very powerful in both stands. I hit just as hard with my left, probably even harder with my left than my right, you know, but I think it's up.
Moving forward, Eddie Hearn, while talking about this possible fight, also called it a great matchup. He said it would be an incredible battle between two top-level fighters, with Boots Ennis coming off a strong win and Terence Crawford looking for a worthy opponent after the biggest victory of his career to help make the talks happen. Hearn mentioned that the fight could take place in a weight class Crawford is willing to compete in. He also praised both fighters' exciting styles, saying their explosive energy would give boxing fans an unforgettable fight night experience.
But Jaron Ennis against Terence Crawford is the fight. And that can be at 54, it can be at 60. You know, obviously we've got Lima to take care of first, but that for me is one of the great, you know, crossover fights, because Boots is the changing of the guard guy. And Crawford's the guy that's been there and done it all and just proved, you know, that he's still.
Furthermore, Sean Zittel said he really wants this fight to happen soon. He explained that even though both sides have tried to set up this match before, he feels like now is the perfect time for it. He also said that since both fighters are coming off big wins, their fight will be even more exciting and fun to watch. Zittel added that watching these two face each other in the ring would be a real treat for boxing fans. And he also mentioned that Boots has a strong chance of beating Terence when they finally meet.
For Ennis's chances of ever landing that fight with Crawford nearing 40 and Ennis still having a lot of catching up to do to make that a worthy assignment for Crawford. And nobody's been begging for that fight for the last couple years more than me, but I'm also realistic.
Moreover, Meek Mill was the one who called Boots Ennis the Philly Monster and said he's the fighter who will beat Crawford. While talking about the matchup, he pointed out that people might be doubting Boots because of how amazing Crawford looked against Canelo, but Meek explained that there's a huge difference between Ennis and Canelo. He said Canelo is getting older now and couldn't keep up with Crawford's speed and accuracy. On the other hand, Boots is younger, faster, and focused on making sure Crawford doesn't do to him what he did to Canelo.
But shout out to Boots. Boots the next legend to come up in this shit.
How does Crawford and Boots play out, me?
Crawford and Boots play out. I'm rocking with Boots, of course. I'm from Philly. Crawford, you already know you about to meet this Philly shit. It's all love, but you about to see what this Philly shit about. We real monsters. Let's get it.
Along with Meek Mill, Haven Brady also confidently predicted that Boots Ennis would win. He said that Boots hasn't yet had many real chances to fully show his skills and talent in the ring. According to Brady, Ennis is a very skilled and determined fighter who has what it takes to beat Bud. He also said he doesn't care what other people think or say about Boots because he still believes in his ability. Brady explained that this fight will grab worldwide attention, bringing in fans from all over the globe who can't wait to watch this exciting matchup.
Boots, so I want to see him fight Jaron Ennis and
Hopefully, he don't retire before then, or he say he's too washed up and old. Hopefully he get my boy a shot. That's the only person I can see beating him. That's what I think can beat him.
Additionally, when Gilly the Kid heard about this possible fight, he reacted with a lot of excitement. He said that a matchup between Terence Crawford and Jaron Ennis would be both classy and super intense. Gilly said it would definitely be an amazing fight to watch, but he believes Crawford would win in the end. He admitted that after his recent strong victory, Boots will give Crawford a tough challenge, but he thinks Crawford's ring control, skill, and experience will help him take charge of the fight and come out as the winner.
50-50 fight?
I mean, I see it as a great fight.
It's a great fight.
I don't know if it'll be 50-50, 60-40, what it would be, but I see it as a great fight.
I don't know if it'll be 50-50, 60-40, or whatever the odds are, but I see it as an amazing fight. Also, Mayo, while predicting how this matchup will go, picked Terence as the one who will have his hand raised on fight night. He said that Crawford had already beaten an opponent who was clearly bigger than him, so now it's hard to imagine anyone beating Crawford when he's the one with the size advantage. Mayo confidently said that Crawford would give Jaron Ennis a tough and brutal beating in the ring. He added that everyone who finds this fight so interesting will finally get their answers after it happens.
Fight play out, the super fight, Crawford versus Boots.
I went to the Crawford fight
I was there.
in Vegas. I'm not going to hold you. He really, really surprised me. I'm talking about in a good way, like it was next level. Because everybody was talking about how homie was going to be too big for him, too powerful, Canelo, how he was going to be too overpower him. And it was none of that. Actually, he wasn't even that. He ain't even really that bigger than him.
He didn't break a sweat, right?
Yeah. That was like when he took him all the way out of his fight. Very impressive.
Further exploring this possible matchup, let's look at how both fighters have done in their past fights. Jaron Ennis's most recent fight against Wisma Lima was a dominant performance that showed his power, speed, and hunger to reach the top. He controlled the ring right from the start, beating Lima with quick movement, sharp angles, and non-stop aggression. He carefully broke down his opponent before earning a big win, showing maturity beyond his age with perfect timing and smart shot choices. This fight not only boosted Boots' image as a future star but also gave him great experience handling pressure on a big stage. The confidence from such a strong victory will help him a lot as he gets ready to face Bud, a fighter with top-level skill and experience, making this next fight both a huge challenge and a big chance for greatness. Boots Ennis is the real deal, the full package. I've been saying it for a long time. It's no secret, and a lot of people already see it, even if they have mixed opinions about him, but I believe he's the total package. He can fight inside or outside. He can punch hard. He's got fast hands. He's technically sound. His father trains him well. His mindset is strong. He's got great amateur experience. He really is the complete package. However, after Jaron Ennis's win, Claressa Shields, the multi-division world champion and one of the best female boxers of her era, was just as thrilled. She said the result was exactly what she wanted, even though many fans thought the fight would last longer. Shields said she respects him and fully understands how skilled he is in the ring. She added that greatness comes from action, not just talent, and that Ennis is clearly on the right path. Talking about future opponents, Shields confidently said that Boots could beat anyone who dares to face him next.
Boots Ennis is he's the real package. He's the full package. I've been saying this for a long time. It's no secret, and a lot of people see it, and they had their ups and downs about how they feel about him. But he's the full package. He can fight inside, outside. He can punch. He's got good hands. He's technically solid. His father does a good job. He's mentally right. He's got the amateur pedigree. He's the full package.
Furthermore, respected American boxer and promoter Thomas Lamana also shared his thoughts on Jaron Ennis's amazing performance, praising the young star for his power, calmness, and efficiency. Lamana said that Ennis's performance clearly proved to the junior middleweight division that he's ready to face the best fighters in the world. He pointed out that Boots' control of the fight's pace and his ability to finish the match early showed his incredible potential while sharpening his overall skills. Lamana added that performances like this are the reason Ennis is seen as one of the most exciting and dangerous talents in boxing today.
Calm down. Shit. Yeah, Boots that guy. He did his thing. Hey, I like Boots as a fighter. And I want to see him fight the best and prove his greatness. That's what it's about. It's about proving your greatness. So, great job for him tonight. I ain't no Boots hater. I know y'all be like, oh, I love Terence Crawford. I do. That's my pound number one fighter. But I still got a lot of respect for Boots.
On the other hand, Crawford's last fight against Canelo was one of the most talked about events in recent boxing history. Facing a naturally bigger and stronger opponent, Terence gave a smart and skillful performance that showed his talent, intelligence, and adaptability in the ring from the very first bell. He handled Canelo's power with perfect timing, smooth movement, and sharp counterpunches. He kept control of the distance and switched stances easily, which helped him dominate every single round. This win not only strengthened Crawford's legacy but also prepared him for his next challenge. Both physically and mentally fighting against Canelo's power and pressure made Bud's defense and confidence even stronger, things that will be very important as he gets ready to face a younger, faster, and hungrier fighter like Boots.
You're a guy that moved up the weight 2-3 times? Yeah, I mean, I went up, down, up, down, I fought 4 or 5 different divisions, man. So what are some of the challenges with moving up the weight? Man, getting used to your corner size, like, moving up, but Bruce always been like a big dude, I mean, like, he's always been strong. That's why him at 147 was like, yo, that's crazy. He's gonna be a monster at 54, a monster at 160, and he's gonna be at 168, he's gonna be a monster at 2.
Considering everything, Bud and Boots represent two different eras of boxing greatness coming together at the perfect time. As a former undisputed multi-division world champion, Bud has built a strong name for his accuracy, flexibility, and dominance against top fighters. His image as one of the most complete boxers of his generation was proven by his big wins over stars like Spence and Canelo. On the other hand, Boots is the young, fearless, and explosive new face of boxing with his perfect record and great victories over tough fighters like Villa and Lima. He has quickly become one of the sport's brightest stars. The next chapter in boxing history could be written by this clash between Bud's experience and Boots' youthful energy. Right now, the boxing world is full of excitement about the chance to finally see Bud and Boots face each other in the ring. Even though Boots was earlier expected to fight Virgil Ortiz, his possible decision to go against Crawford, even without an official announcement, has already thrilled fans and experts. Many people believe this fight is far more exciting than anything else being planned right now. Famous boxing experts and loyal fans have already started making their predictions. Bud supporters believe that if Canelo couldn't stop him, then Boots will struggle even more, but Boots' fans think he has a real chance to win because of his youth, speed, and hunger. The opposite of Canelo's slower, older style. So, what do you think about this possible showdown between Terence and Boots? On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate this matchup, and who do you believe would win if the fight actually happens? Will Bud's experience and skill take the victory, or will Boots' youth and power rule the night? Share your predictions in the comments below. Your opinions really matter, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, because your support keeps us going to bring you more exciting boxing updates. Stay tuned for more.